Hello guys, good day. Today we're going to be talking about the part 4 of our lecture on the subject matter juvenile delinquency. No? So welcome back sa ating channel and welcome back for our juvenile delinquency class. No? So as part or in relation to our previous lecture which we talk about the different theories and the situation of juvenile delinquency in this current how do we call this modern world. No? Today we're going to be talking about additional theories that has something to do with developmental theories. No? This is closely related to our previous lecture on the different theories involving juvenile delinquencies such as biological, trait theory, and uh, sociological theory. No? Kung i-correlate kasi natin to guys, mas related siya talaga doon sa sociological theory, no? Sociological view on the causes of juvenile delinquency. Okay, so before we proceed any deeper, no, let me introduce to you the topic that we will be discussing today. Now we are going to be talking about developmental theories, and there are three of those theories involved there. No, so developmental, we have social development model theory, we have interactional theory, and we also have there the age-graded theory. Then we might want to talk about some of the contemporary development concepts on the developmental theories, which medyo marami din yung mga topic natin doon. But basically, we would want to summarize everything so that it would be much more understandable in a sense. No? So, yun guys, no? Without further ado, let us jump right to in our discussion. Okay, so we have here the topic on social development model theory, no? And interactional theory. Actually, we're going to discuss them already, both of them, because they are so much related. They are so much related that they have almost the same concept. Now, ngayon, pag sinasabi kasi natin, di ba, ang pag-uusapan talaga natin is supposed to deal with regards to developmental theory. No? Pag sinabi kasi natin developmental theories that this discusses how the juvenile delinquency turn, no, how an innocent an innocent juvenile may turn into a juvenile delinquent based on the different process that they are encountering throughout their life, 'di ba? Halimbawa tayo, no, I think I pointed this out already that as we grow older, no, we face more challenges, no, and these challenges actually affects our behavior. Yung mga pinagdadaanan natin sa buhay, guys, could be the factor how we develop our behavior. And when we talk about behavior, that could be like law-abiding behavior, no, yung the common behavior that is in obedience with the law, and we have also yung mga delinquent behavior, no, such as for example juvenile delinquency and the like. So what this theory, developmental theory, is pointing at is that this different life experience, no, brings about the character or the behavior of one person. No, yun yung mga life experience ng ating mga kabataan, yun yung huhubog sa kanila, no, para mag-develop sila either ng magandang behavior or mag-develop sila ng behavior that is in contradiction to the social norms, no, yung in contradiction to the existing laws and existing morals, no, social norms of our society. So that is what the developmental theory is pointing out, no? And as you can see, pag sinabi nating life experiences, still, no, those things exist within the area of the society. Kasi doon naman tayo nakaka-experience ng nagkakaroon ng maraming experience, no, once that we are already a member or a part of the society. So that involves the different social structure again, no, yung experiences po within your family, no, your experiences outside your family to your immediate environment, such as for example yung mga kaibigan mo, no, your school experiences on school, on church, and many other part of our society. So that is what we are going to look into under these following or under these theories that we are going to be talking about, no? So we have there, sabi nga natin, the social developmental model theory and interactional theory. Ngayon, we have the notion that as children mature within their environment, elements of socialization control their developmental process. Now, yung developmental process na gusto natin i-point out dito could either be positive or negative. Yung kanilang ma-develop na behavior based on the existing factors or based on the existing experience. Based on the experience that they will be encountering throughout their life, habang sila ay nade-develop bilang isang tao. What's I think important is this in here is that the concept of social bond. Social bond. When we talk about social bond, we are talking about how a certain individual values his relationship with his family, with his parents, with his teacher, with the law enforcement authority, with his friends, with his loved ones, and so on. Social bond, how much do we value it? Parang that kasi I believe really that the social bond really can make or break the character or the behavior of one person. Ang notion under the developmental process is that if the social bond of that person to his community, to his parents, to the different social institution, it is pretty much observable or expected that he will develop a social antisocial attitude. He will develop an antisocial attitude. Let me say, for example, to illustrate the concept of social bond, what are the things that we value the most? Ano ba yung pinapahalagahan natin? For example, are you afraid of disappointing your parents, your family? Because if you are, then definitely you value that social bond that you have with your family, with your parents, di ba? Kaya madalas yung mga tao, yung mga kabataan, they don't turn into delinquent behavior. They don't turn into committing delinquent behavior because they value their social bond with their family. Ayaw nilang ipahiya yung kanilang mga magulang. Ayaw nilang magalit sa yung kanilang mga magulang because they value that relationship. For example, ayaw nilang mapagalitan ng kanyang teacher, ng kanyang teacher. That's why he behaves, nagbe-behave siya, ginagawa niya kung ano yung pinapagawa ng teacher niya kasi he value that relationship, that social bond that he has, or he have with his teacher, diba? So, considering the fact, for example, that you don't value these things, wala kang pakialam sa iyo, wala kang pakialam kung mapagalitan ka ng parents mo, wala kang pakialam kung mapagalitan ka ng teacher mo, then most likely the expectation with regards to your behavior is that you are not going to obey. You're not going to obey or consider yourself as a part of the society. So you are not obliged, on your own perception, you're not obliged to follow yung mga social norms and even our laws that exist in our society. Diba? For example, paano mo ba tatakutin ang isang bata na kung saan is wala naman siyang pakialam sa kanyang family, wala naman siyang pakialam sa kanyang educational status, wala naman siyang pakialam sa mga tao sa paligid niya, yung gusto niya lang totally yung sinusunod niya. We don't have hold onto his behavior kasi hindi natin alam kung paano natin siya i-correct, how would we motivate him to behave properly if wala naman siyang pinapahalagahan sa buhay. Nagets niyo yung punto ko? For example, ito, sabihin mo, sige, gusto mo isumbong kita sa parents mo, kung hindi naman maganda, is kung weak ang social bonding niya sa kanyang family, sa kanyang parents, then he will not be afraid of whatever the consequences of his doing in relation to his social bond. For example, mahina ang kanyang social bond with his parent because either wala sila palagi, hindi naman siya inaalagahan, hindi naman siya pinapahalagahan, or he didn't feel love by his parents. So with that, it shows that mahina na talaga. They have a weak social bond. They have a weak bond. The family, he have a weak bond to his family. So he will not value anything about that, he will not value, or he will not uh, think of anything, no? Even if that the consequences of his action may endanger already the relationship that he had with his family, di ba? Kasi kung talagang sira na siya in the first place, then wala na. Kaya nga mapapansin natin maraming mga, how do you call this, yung mga kabataang nagre-rebelde, because they are not either, sometimes they are not really receiving much of attention coming from their parents. So they just do what they want, no? They just do what they want kasi wala namang kumokontrol sa kanila, no? Wala namang kumokontrol sa kanila na kumbaga pwedeng makapagpigil sa kanilang behavior, pwedeng makapag-limit sa kanilang mga pwedeng gawin, no? And things like that. And that is the characterization of having a weak social bond with your family and your behavior as a result of such having a weak social bond, no? I think it always starts with the family kasi, no? It always starts with the family. Kung hindi naging maganda ang relationship ng batang yan sa kanyang parents, sa kanyang family, then definitely that's the start of him engaging into different antisocial activities, no? As I've mentioned before, no? This is one of the most important social institution that most of us, no, are encountering. I mean, most of us value much, no? Lahat naman ng tao, they value their relationship with their parents, but those who cannot be able to get the same attention or affection from their parents usually turns into developing antisocial behavior, no? And sometimes this is the true cause of, juvenile delinquency, kasi pag hindi maganda ang kanilang family bond, no? Hindi close ang ties ng kanilang family, no? Then definitely they will move out from that family and seek for a pseudo family, no? Maghanap sila ng alternative, no, ng sub family, no, which can be found by joining yung pag-join nila ng gangs, no, pag-join nila ng mga brotherhoods and so on, because they are not satisfied with the type or with the setting, with the social bond that they have to their family. And that's the start, no? Once that you move out from your family, no, and you join this less controlled group, no, syempre hindi naman masyadong nare-regulate ang kanilang behavior, and most likely, no, sila pa yung kumbaga pare-parehas ang kanilang circumstances, sila yung magsasama, then they will try, or they will decide, they will come up with their own subculture, no? And as I've stated, subculture is pretty much more on negative mostly, no? Kapag nag-develop tayo ng subcultures, no, karaniwan yan ay against the standard rules, standard cultures that are existing already in our society. Such as, for example, pwede na tayong magkaroon dyan ng decriminalization of a certain act which they will make their own belief, no, system of belief that is somewhat in contradictory with the existing belief in the society. So that's the problem. Ngayon, I'm always pointing out that social bond with your family is very important. So how do we determine the degree of the strength of the social bond, of the family bond that a certain person has to his family? Paano ba natin makikita yan? Usually, we develop a strong social bond with our family if meron tayo ng mga apat na ito na nakalagay dyan, no? First is that opportunity to interact. Do you have opportunity to interact with your parent, no? Nabibigyan ka ba ng chance na makipag-usap, no? Makipag-interact, makipag-bonding with your parent. So most of those karamihan naman nabibigyan. But there are those juveniles who weren't given such opportunities, such as, for example, laging wala yung kanilang parents sa kanilang bahay. So how would they interact with that? No? Paano sila makakapag-interact? And then when we talk about interaction, there are many ways how could we interact with our parents. Like, for example, we have already the social media, no? But again, no, there's nothing more fulfilling than having face-to-face interaction. So minsan, I think the parents should assess also these things, no? Na hindi lang nila na nagbe-message naman kami sa messenger, nag-chat naman kami, nag-video call naman kami, sometimes those things are just not enough, no, to make or to fulfill the so-called interaction. Yeah, there are alternative way to interact, but again, no, there's no there's nothing more important or there's nothing more fulfilling than having a face-to-face interaction. So it means that if a child doesn't have much opportunity to interact with his parent, mas humihina yung kanyang bond, no, yung kanyang family ties, no, yung kanyang bond sa kanyang mga parents. So that's number one, ano, opportunity to interact. No? Juveniles must be given opportunity to interact with their parents. No? Again, next, degree of involvement with regards to family activities. Are they involved? No? Like for example, in simple decision making. No? In simple decision making, are they involved? No? Minsan ba tinatanong lang ba ng parent yung kanilang opinion with regards to the matters that would affect the family? No, because of that, but then again, they see themselves as like not or as being outcasted, di ba? Para pag hindi ka ba lang pinokonsulta, hindi ka man lang tinatanong with regards to your opinion on the matters that exist within your family, then definitely that could be a negative also onto the part of the children, kasi nga parang hindi sila belong, no, doon sa kanilang family, which is not a good thing, no. Ability to participate is also included, no. When we talk about ability to participate, it's somewhat like the involvement, no, where the child are given chance to participate in whatever activities that are existing within their family. Take for example, simpleng handaan, no. Simpleng handaan lang, for example. Are they required to participate? No, parang halika dito, sumali ka sa amin dito, sumali ka dito sa ginagawa namin, tumulong ka sa paghahanda, things like that. So are they given chance to participate with the different family activities that are being conducted inside the family? Kasi pag halimbawa, hindi ka naman pinapasali, hindi ka naman inuutusan, hindi ka kumbaga nire-require na halika dito, sumali ka, something like that, again, you will feel isolated from that family. Parang feeling mo, bakit kaya hindi man lang nila ako tawagin? Bakit hindi man lang kaya nila ako utusan na makiparticipate sa kanilang ginagawa? Da? So, on your thoughts, no? Syempre, ikaw na nag-iisip, parang isipin mo, parang may mali, no? Parang hindi yata ako gusto ng family ko. Things like that, no? So, yun yung mga pwede nating maisip, no, kapag ang isang bata, no, or not that are not enticed to participate with regards to their social with regards to their family activities. And lastly, no, reinforcement for their participation. So let's say they participated but then wala namang reinforcement. When we talk about reinforcement, diba, we have either positive or negative. No, pag pinapagalitan ka, pwede yung positive, pwedeng negative, depende sa circumstances. For example, meron kang nagawang mali, no? Meron kang nagawang mali, no? You participated, may mali ka, pinagalitan ka, no? At tinama yung behavior mo, tinuruan ka kung paano dapat yung gawin mo, then that is a positive reinforcement kasi merong correction, no? Kasi we as juveniles usually are still in the process of experimenting, getting a hang of how to do things, no? Kung paano gawin ang mga bagay-bagay, and mistake is common, no? Mistake is common among juveniles, no? Sa mga kabataan, talagang common ang pagkakamali, but that doesn't mean that they should be castrated for that thing, no? Hindi dapat sila pagalitan ng sobra-sobra at hindi tinuturo yung mga bagay-bagay. So, pag nagkamali sila, are they being scolded and being corrected? So, if that is the thing, then that is a good reinforcement, no? Pero kung halimbawa may nagawa siyang mali or may nagawa siyang tama, the parents are so indifferent, no? Parang wala lang, no? So wala man lang thank you, wala man lang congratulations, something like that, wala man lang binibigay na feedback ang parents sa kanyang pag-participate, then again you will feel that something like parang may mali, di ba? You always ask that kasi whether you do something wrong or you do something correctly, wala naman silang reaction, wala man lang silang feedback. So parang ang thinking mo dyan, lalo na kung ikaw ay juvenile pa lang, parang you are they don't value your existence, parang you are invisible to their eyes, no? So how that how will that circumstances will make you feel, no? Again, no, any failure on these different circumstances that I mentioned really weakens the bond that you have to your family. Uh, it weakens the bonds that you have to your family. And this criteria here, we can apply it not only in family but even outside. Like for example, in your friends, sa mga kaibigan mo, sa school, sa church, no, or any other social institution that is valuable on your part. No? So if you don't receive those supposedly how do you call this, if you don't receive those supposedly uh, opportunities, participation, feedback from what you are doing, ang magiging feeling mo dyan is that you are invincible. No one values your existence, and that could be the main reason kung bakit tumataliwas, no, ang tinatahak tinatahak ng isang juvenile, which could turn into development of antisocial behavior, no? So that is with regards to that. Hindi lang ito limited guys sa family setting. We can apply this to other social institution also. Okay? So yan guys, no? I hope you're still getting the point of what we are discussing. If you have question anyway, feel free to ask question. Now we talk about age-graded theory naman, no? So for age-graded theory naman guys, we are looking at the different events, no, important life events that could, no, make one person continues his criminal activities or juvenile activities or disease from it, no? So di ba, meron yung mga turning point, no? Meron yung mga experience mo na pwedeng magpabago sa iyo, no? Kasi sa age-graded theory, we're looking at really at the continuation of the juvenile delinquent behavior, no? I think we made mention or we discussed some part of this already, wherein we discussed the how do we call this, yung pagpapatuloy ng juvenile delinquency in the later years of our life. Halimbawa is ako ngayon, no, ay isang teenager. Let's say for example I'm 12 years old, then I have a lot of criminal record already, no, or delinquent record. Marami na akong record sa barangay, sa police ng, let's say, panggugulo, pangbubugbog, pagnanakaw, things like that, no? So, under age-graded theories, we are trying to predict, no, whether that person has that record. Ako, halimbawa na marami ng juvenile record, no, ay magpapatuloy ba yung aking behavior, criminal behavior, as I move forward being an adult, no? So under age-graded theory, they're looking at some certain point, no, in life where somewhat yung mga meron ng past history, no, past history with regards to committing crime or commission of crime will continue or will desist from it. And what are, no, meron kasi yung na-point out nila na two common turning point in life that when we are about to cross it, no, pagdating natin sa punto ng buhay na yon, doon tayo magkakaroon ng second chance either to desist or to continue with our delinquent behavior, no? At yun yung tinatawag nating marriage, no, yung pagpapakasal, and then having a career, no, yung career. Importante ang marriage and career, no, when it comes to whether a certain person will continue committing crime or not. Now for example, no, career. So if you were given a good career despite having that past criminal record, diba? Ang pangit ng record mo kung malimbawa, ang dami mong kaso, ang daming reklamo tungkol sa iyo, pero you were still given an opportunity to have a good career. At hindi naman siguro yung sobrang ganda, pero at least is malayo kumbaga doon sa nakalakhan mong ginagawa, like lagi kang nagnanakaw, no, lagi kang durukot nung ikaw ay nung kabataan mo, pero nung meron yung point in your life na kung saan is nabigyan ka ng chance na magkaroon ng legal na trabaho, no, and things like that. So I think that career, no, dito na nagkakaroon ng re-establishment with regards to your social bond. Kasi dati siguro is nagnanakaw ka, wala ka ng pakialam sa mga batas, kasi nga ang importante dito is magkaroon ka ng pagkain sa lamesa, parang gano'n. Ngayon, you were given a chance, no, an opportunity despite your past criminal history to have a legitimate job, no, to have a stable job or stable career despite your past criminal record. So ngayon, no, magkakatrabaho ka, hindi mo na kailangang magnakaw, no, magkakaroon ka ng pagkain sa lamesa, no, nang hindi ka na nangangamba sa iyong kaligtasan, no, at kaligtasan ng iyong pamilya. So at that point, this is where the juvenile, for example, will choose whether kukunin niya ba, no, yung opportunity na yan. And no, pag kinuha niya yung opportunity na yan, guys, of course, you would not want to risk, no, that opportunity given to you, that chance that were given to you. Diba, binigyan ka na ng pagkakataong baguhin ang buhay mo, no? At kapag kinuha mo, kumbaga yan, is like hindi ka na, I mean is nawalan ka na ng dahilan para i-commit pa yung crime mo, and no, there's a possibility or there's a chance that you could redeem yourself. Pwede mong baguhin yung sarili mo. Kaya nga, it's not necessarily correct na pag sinabi natin ang isang juvenile will continue, no, will continue to become juvenile until he die. No, that's not correct. I mean, to become a delinquent until he die, that's not correct, no? At some point, meron yung mga punto na kung saan is magbabago yung isang tao, no? At kailangan lang nating hanapin kung ano ba yung makakapagpabago sa kanya, whether that is marriage, no, that is developing relationship with other, no, or giving him a good career or opportunity to change his life, no. So that is really with regards to this, kasi at that moment where you are presented an opportunity to have a good career or legitimate career, then this really affects how the behavior of the child will you know, it makes or break it, no. Pwedeng bigyan niya ng mas magandang kinabukasan kasi nga bigyan na siya ng opportunity. So most likely is that they will accept the career and pass, kumbaga kalimutan na yung kanilang criminal record. So we cannot really judge everyone by their past, no, kasi ang notion kasi minsan is that, 'di ba, kapag naitanim na ang isang bad seed, no, yung kumbaga masamang binhi nung siya ay bata pa, like for example naturuan na siya magnakaw nung siya ay bata pa, then that will grow and continues to be like that until he dies, no. But that may be true, but there are some circumstances where we could correct that. We could give a chance for that person to redeem himself, diba? Bigyan natin siya ng pagkakataon, no, na baguhin yung kanyang sarili, and we are not really deleting that possibility in the life of one person, no. May chance talaga na pwedeng mangyari yun, guys. Marriage can also be a good turning point, do, kasi dito nagkakaroon na tayo ng reinstatement with regards to the bond. So maybe he have weak social bond, wala siyang bond sa kanyang family before because of the experiences that he has, but now that he was given a chance to have his own family, then that could be a good turning point. If you would consider the story of Eminem, no? So Eminem grew up in a broken family, in disorganized community or society, no? So talagang it is really favorable on the part of Eminem to become a delinquent at that part, and he did naging delinquent siya, no? Later on in his life, no, what makes him more of the Eminem that we see right now, no, kung ano siya ngayon, is because of his family. I mean his nuclear family. Nagkaroon siya ng 2 anak, no, and that's the thing that changed him into what he is now, no? So may mga ganong circumstances kasi tayo na kung saan is bigla na lang magbabago yung isang tao because of some life events, and that usually has something to do with career or engaging into a good relationship or stable relationship that makes them redeem themselves, no? Pwedeng magbago sila dito, no? At bumalik yung kanilang social bond, no? Strong bond to their society, no? And most likely to their immediate family. So yan nga, now with regards to age graded theory, that as we grow older, we tend to develop how do you call this? We tend to develop life experiences that are considered as a turning point, no? Pwedeng makapagpabago sa atin. But at the same time, pwede rin pabaliktad, guys, no? Halimbawa, isang law-abiding citizen na bigla na lang magiging delinquente paglaki niya. Ganun din, no? Pwedeng ang naging turning point din dyan is career. Like for example, nung kabataan mo, hindi ka naman delinquente, pero bigla na lang nung pag-abot mo ng adulthood, meron kang magandang career, tapos biglang nawala ito sa'yo, pwedeng yan din yung maging dahilan, no? Kung bakit ka pupunta sa criminal activities, no? Or hindi naman, kaya maayos naman pamumuhay mo, okay naman yung career mo, then you enter into marriage and naging na-destroy, kumbaga na-disrupt yung marriage na yan, no? Which causes you to develop so-called antisocial behavior. So pwede siyang pabaliktad, guys, no? Ang point lang there is that ito yung pwedeng makapagpabago sa buhay ng isang tao. It's either career or marriage, no? Pwedeng gawin nito ang isang innocent person to delinquent person, or pwede rin gawin nito ang delinquent person into innocent person. Things like that, okay? So that's with regards to developmental process with regards to age-graded theory. Now, if you have more questions to this, no, meron naman dyan sa book, you could read more, and if there's something that you don't understand, do ask it. Pwede nyo tanungin sa akin. Ngayon, let's talk about the contemporary developmental concept briefly. No? So we have here yung mga factors actually that had been included with regards to the developmental theories, no, na pwedeng yung experiences nila dito can be the reason kung bakit nag-develop sila ng juvenile delinquency, ng juvenile delinquent behavior, or nag-develop sila ng pro-social behavior. No? So, for example, age, diba? We discussed it already. No? Na halimbawa, habang tumatanda tayo, no? Nagkakaroon tayo ng mga experiences na pwedeng nagiging dahilan kung bakit tayo nagiging delinquente, or hindi naman kaya is nagiging obedient. No? So, life transition, the life experiences that we have, ano-ano ba yung mga nangyayari sa ating buhay, no? That could be the reason kung bakit tayo naging delinquent. Well, with regards to life transition kasi, kaya natin dito makikita na hindi pare-parehas ang magiging reaction ng isang tao, no, sa kanyang life experiences. For example, no, you were abused, no, nung kabataan mo, nung na-abuse ka nagkakaroon, you encountered a lot of domestic abuse, na-abuso ka sa loob ng pamamahay niya when you are young. Ngayon, that experience could either make you, no, a delinquent or an obedient person. Ang point there is that hindi lahat ng inabuso ng kabataan nila ay magiging delinquente. Meron yung iba, no, nagiging motivation actually nila yung mga negative experiences nila, no, para magsumikap sila at maging successful in life. Samantalang yung iba naman, that because they cannot pass through that experience, hindi sila makamove on sa kanilang experience na yun, ay nagiging ganun din yung kanilang behavior. So, we cannot really go into generalization with regards to this, that when you encounter this, you will become like this, because we are a unique individual. The way how we adapt into our experiences and the way how we use our experiences, no, are different from each other. No? Problem behavior syndrome naman, medyo taliwas yan doon sa konsepto ng life transition, wherein when we talk about problem behavior syndrome, these are the traumatic experience that we encounter, no, nung tayo ay mga bata, that develop into something like antisocial behavior, no, and negative behavior. Pathways to crime and delinquency, well, again, the life experiences that we have could, of course, either make us an obedient person or a juvenile delinquent, and meron dito kasing specification on what crime will you commit. Like for example, you are victimized of sexual abuse during your childhood days, no? Ang pathway na ina-expect na tatahakin niya is more on substance abuse, prostitution, mga ganun, mga self-destructive behavior kapag siya ay accordingly na abuso sexually ng kanyang kabataan. Pag ikaw naman ay nabubugbog, no, during your youthful days, no, most likely the behavior that the delinquent behavior that you will adopt is more on crimes against person, pananakit, no, pagpatay, and things like that. No, kapag naman more on let's say for example that you learned how to earn money by doing illegal acts, no, like for example pandurukot, pagnanakaw during your early days. Most likely pag nag-pursue ka sa delinquent behavior mo, you will be on property crimes ang magiging focus mo. So the different experiences again that we have might affect our future, no? Definitely it affects our future as a criminal if for example we will push through with the commission of crime that we had experienced, no? So that is the same thing with regards to delinquent trajectories and continuity of crime, no? But again, sabi ko nga, with regards to continuity of crime, medyo may reservation ako dito kasi what I'm pointing out during the early discussion is that if you started early, no, pag nag-start ka maaga sa yung uh, juvenile delinquency, most likely you will not last long when it comes to committing crime kasi syempre meron tayong yung pagbaba ng urge natin, halimbawa na 'di ba na nandito na tayo sa delinquency na maaga pa lang. Let's say you started as early as 10 years old, nagko-commit ka na ng delinquent acts, no? Pwedeng mapagod ka na, no? Bago ka pa dumating sa adulthood, pwedeng magkaroon ka na ng life experience na pwedeng magpabago sa iyo, or the worst case is that you will not survive until that age, which can be the reason why, no, hindi na matutuloy yung pagiging delinquente mo. Halimbawa 18 years old, nahuli ka na, nakulong ka na, no, hindi naman kaya is minalas-malas ka, napasubo ka, napahamak ka, namatay ka, no, because of your actions, no. So those are the possible reasons kaya madalang, no, naniniwala ko na madalang lamang yung nagtutuloy, no, nagtutuloy ng kanilang delinquent acts as they grow old, no. So those are some of the contemporary developmental concept that we know of, no, in terms of juvenile delinquency, no. And if you have question with regards to this, feel free to comment on the comment section. Yun guys, no, I hope I was able to impart some knowledge with regards to the topic that we discussed. That's it for today. See you guys on the next lecture. Bye bye.